Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is an updated skincare routine. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I'm going to be showing you my morning and evening skincare routine that I'm currently doing. I'm someone who has pretty sensitive skin, so skincare is important for me, but it can be tricky to find good products. And I was actually sent some new products by Medicube. They sent me a host of things, which I'll be showing you in my upcoming haul. But I thought that today I could show you these two bits already on my face because I need to roll some new bits into my skincare routine because I've just used up a couple of bits, and that's the way I do it because I have sensitive skin. My skin can freak out if I change up my skincare items too quickly. So I tend to use something, stick to it, use it up, and then I go into something else. So that's why today I thought I could show you these new bits and do the rest of my skincare as well. So I do apologize for the lighting situation because my bathroom doesn't have the best lighting, but this is the best I can do. I'm starting by cleansing my face, which I like to do with the Bioderma micellar water. This is the blue cap version. This is the Hydrabio, which I prefer because it actually has, it's better for dry skin than a lot of the other things that Bioderma does. And I just use it on a cotton round to do a quick cleanse in the morning. I used to cleanse my face with water and an actual cleanser, but I found that dries out my skin too much. So this is the gentlest way just to remove the gunk on my face from sleeping. I know it doesn't perhaps, get too dirty at night, but I still feel it's always good to do that little step before I go in with anything else. And then what I'm currently using for a toner is this Centella water. This is an alcohol-free toner from COSRX. As you can see, I'm roughly halfway through this and I'm really enjoying it. I like using some sort of toner, skin essence, or a face mist before I go in with the rest of my skincare routine, just to add a nice layer of hydration that can help with some of the other steps that I'm going to be doing. And this spritzer is a little bit aggressive. I'm not sure you're supposed to even spray this on directly. I think this is another cotton round kind of situation, but I like to use it like this and it works fine. And then I just have a little bit left, as you can see here, of the hyaluronic acid by Good Molecules. This is something that's currently still in my routine. I really enjoy the brand, but they are a little bit difficult for me to buy. So that's why I haven't updated any of the products since. And I like going in with some sort of serum in the mornings just to, again, add a layer of hydration. I also like serums that have peptides in the morning. So that's why I like to use this step. And then I sort of let this settle in while I brush my teeth before I do the next thing. I thought that for the morning skincare routine, I could go in with the Medicube. This is the collagen jelly cream. This has collagen and hydrolyzed different types of collagen in, which I think could be a nice sort of daytime moisturizer kind of situation. So that's what I hope it will do. Comes in this little jar with the spatula. That I always like it when products come with spatula. I don't love sticking my fingers into jars. And this is a very sort of jelly kind of texture. There's a lot on the cap, so I think I will be taking that off first. And I haven't tried too many of these jelly type of moisturizer face cream kind of products, but I hope this is lightweight enough for it to work for me in the morning. So let me just put some on my hand. It doesn't have too much of a scent. I'm always afraid of scented skincare products. I never like that. This feels quite thick actually. So it feels very smoothing. This is of course the first time I'm using this product, so I can't say anything of what it will do for my face. I hope it will be a good product to use, but this feels nice. I do think because it is thicker that it's going to take a little bit of time for it to sink in. But what I always like to do is once I've applied moisturizer, I then get dressed and then I do my sunscreen. So let this settle down for a bit and I'll be back in a second. And I think I forgot to mention it at the start of the video, but the Medicube items I'm showing you in this video were sent to me in PR. So I've got a shirt on and this Medicube collagen jelly cream has had a bit of time to settle down. It feels a little bit tacky, so you know how a lot of people will say you don't necessarily need primer before makeup. I feel that this product is excellent for that. I just realized that I actually forgot to put on my eye cream. It's not really an eye cream that I use in the mornings. In the mornings, I like to use the caffeine solution from The Ordinary just to help with some puffiness around my eyes. It's busy times these next couple of weeks, right before summer vacation as a teacher, so it's intense days. And I know that a lot of people will say, like, don't put it on your actual lids, but because this entire bit gets puffy for me, and this helps with the depuffing a lot, I do use it there. Don't tell anyone. And then it is time for sunscreen. And for sunscreen, I will be using this guy, the Roche-Posay Anthelios 50 Plus Anti-Brilliance, Anti-Shine. Just look for the one with the green band around it. This is the mattifying one. They also do a hydrating one with a blue line. That one I like in the wintertime because that one's more hydrating. Do I have it? I do. I have backups of these things. So here is the one with the blue line. But I like the one with the green line for the summertime because sometimes with sunscreens, I always struggled that they would like mess up my makeup or they wouldn't look right. And they would like roll off my skin or something. And this one is almost gone because I've been using it for like the past couple of weeks. In fact, it's becoming really hard to pump this out now. And I use quite a bit of sunscreen every single time I use it, as you should. And then we're just gonna apply this to the face. And since I have quite a lot of discoloration on my forehead, I really sort of try to push it up into the hairline as much as possible there. And I just keep rubbing it and bring it down my neck a little bit to really put that on. I won't be going out much today, but I just like doing my full skincare routine pretty much every single day anyways. So that is the morning skincare routine all done. I will be back with you later tonight when I'm ready to take off my makeup and do my steps for my nighttime skincare routine. So welcome back to this video. I have my evening skincare routine for you, and I always like to kick things off with some form of cleansing balm or a cleansing oil. This happens to be the Good Molecules one. That's one of my favorites. Actually, I've used it for years. I think this is my third or fourth tub of it. This is the consistency. And it works quite well. And I need to run the tap now to get hot water. So I always like to sort of go for a 2-in-1 while my water is heating up. I rub it all over my face, get it into the mascara and into the brows. And then usually by the time my makeup has broken down, my water is warming up. I need to keep my eyes closed to not get it in there. And then I use a little cloth. Okay, so this next part is really difficult to show you, but I like to wet my hands and then use the water to really sort of get that cleanser activated. And then I take my little cloth and I hope I'm in frame for this. And I just take everything off. And it usually works really well. And I use a little washcloth. These are baby washcloths actually from a local store called Hema. So if you're in the Netherlands, I need to check in the mirror what I'm doing. I'm totally sorry. Because I'm poking myself in the eye if I only use a viewfinder here. The reason why I no longer double cleanse is because it again dries out my skin too much. So this is all I can take. You can already see how red I've become just from taking that off. And I actually think I got some cleanser in my eye because My eye's a little red. Talking and taking off makeup at the same time is apparently not my forte. And then I just use my towel and I pat my face dry. I don't rub. The more I rub, the more red and aggravated my skin gets, which it just doesn't like. And I was talking about these washcloths. Let me show you a clean one, at least about as clean as it gets. It's gotten a little gray from all the washing it goes through, but these are muslin cloths. In Dutch, we call it hydrofiel. So that's what you're supposed to look for. If you're a mom and you have old diapers lying around, you could cut those into pieces and make your own little face cloths. But this is the only thing I've found that is gentle enough for my skin to be working with. And then we're going into the second Medicube product of this video. Again, this was sent to me in PR. And from what I've read on the back, you need to go in with cleansed skin and then use one of these. So here's what the jar looks like. And these are the Deep Vita C pads. So I'm thinking that these are like little cotton rounds that you can then use. And these have vitamin water, vitamin C, and niacinamide. And those are two of my favorite skincare ingredients. Ooh, yes. Ooh, this is very fancy. Comes with little tweezers as well. And you know it hasn't been used because it does come sealed. Let me see if I can break the seal. Can I show you? These are the pads. So I think you just grab one with your little tweezer. Is that one? I think that's one. So here's the little pad. And it's very sort of saturated. And then you just wipe it onto the skin. And like I said, it has some of my favorite ingredients. It has niacinamide in, which I love for texture. And vitamin C really helps nicely with some dark spots that I'm dealing with. So I hope that those will go away at some point. And this hopefully helps. Oh, this feels very nice. Again, it doesn't have too much of a scent, which I enjoy. Like very often skincare is so heavily scented, and that's just not the case with this. It's very sort of like fresh smelling, but not like perfumey or anything like this. And very often whenever I've used things like this, the pad, it actually has a little bit of texture on one side. That's the side I was using to rub it on. I mean, it actually is gentle enough for my skin. This doesn't make my skin look or feel overly aggravated at all. Like there's just a little bit of redness here from where I've rubbed it too hard just now. That's going to disappear after I go back to bed, I'm sure. So that is that step done. I think I'm going to have to let this sit for a bit so it dries down before I go in with my night mask. So it has actually had a bit of time to dry down, and I like the way this makes my face feel. It feels very refreshing. I do have more vitamin C, so I'm not sure how well these are going to play together, but I'm trying to use up some of my Body Shop stuff that I still have. And this is the Vitamin C Overnight Glow Revealing Mask. And this is enriched with lactic acid and enzymes, but it's also a face mask. So I feel this is hydrating enough for me for the nighttime, and I only need about this much of it to cover my entire face in it. It's a little bit thicker, and it does have some active ingredients, and I'm not sure how this is gonna react together. That always makes me nervous whenever I try like new skincare products. I usually don't use 2 new skincare products in a single day. Like I will wait a couple of weeks until I introduce something new again, because else it just gets messy. And then for eye cream, I've been using this. This is by Balea. This is from the German drugstore, and it's the Vital Augencreme. So it's an eye cream, and this is actually quite weird. It's like a vitamin-based eye cream, actually. It is a little bit thicker, and what surprised me when I first tried it is that it has a tint. Like it's pretty deep, but it actually disappears. So I'm like, why did you add that step? But it feels very pleasant. I like this one better than the one I tried before this. That one had urea in, and that my skin didn't like all that much. Like if I wanted to read in bed after having applied that eye cream, I couldn't, because it actually made my eyes really itchy and teary. So it would really irritate my eyes. So I could put it on, but then I had to like go to sleep instantly. And with this, that's not the case. And while this has the tint, I feel that by the time I'm done rubbing this in, that you can't see anything. And I have accidentally used this in the morning as well, but I actually feel it's rich enough. Very often I get milia on my eyes. I still have some milia like hanging around. It just kind of happens. But I get them a lot on my eyelids, and this, ever since I've been using this eye cream, they've been going away, which I think is good. And that's it actually for my nighttime skincare routine. Just a cleanser. I added one little extra step. Moisturizer that I always do moisturizer and eye cream, but actives or any sort of serum, I've been skipping that at night. I can show you what I use, by the way, if I do want to do a bit of an extra step. So if I want to go the extra step, but my skin doesn't always like it if I use too many like aggravating things. But I've been using this for a retinol. This is from the French pharmacy. It's A330. It's been the only retinol that I've ever tried that doesn't set my skin off. And then what I have been using as a vitamin C before I started using the vitamin C face mask was this combination. I need to layer the ordinary vitamin C suspension 23% with a face oil, else it's too intense. This is very gritty. It feels like a scrub on your face, but it is very effective. I do really like it. This is my second or third tube of it. So I've used it in the past, and if I stick with it and I'm very sort of diligent with using this, it really improves my skin. But it's just a bit harsh, which is also the case with retinol. So I can ever only use it like once a week, maybe once every 2 weeks. And then I've been using the CBD oil from the Body Shop. With face oil, I have found it's oily. You could use olive oil for all I care. It's probably not the best for your face. I'm not going to say you need to do that. But I have found that no matter what face oil I use, like I have a couple of favorites that I really like, but face oils can get really expensive, I find. They are sometimes really highly priced ticket items in the beauty sphere. And I feel that that's not always worth it. So yeah, that's just if I want to go the extra mile, and if I have a very aggressive pimple or zit or anything like that, the thing I use is a bit of tea tree oil. You can see from the label how old this bottle is because I don't get that many breakouts. So that's just not an issue for me. So thank you so very much for watching this video today. I hope you enjoyed doing something different with me. So I hope you like being in my bathroom and doing a bit of skincare together, because I haven't done a skincare routine in a very long time. And I was like, you know what? It's time to update you. So this is just quick and easy. I used to be the whole like 10-step Korean sort of skincare thing. I've definitely cut out a lot of steps in recent years. It's no longer 10 steps, that's for sure. So thanks very much for watching this video today. Stay tuned for more videos because I do post 4 times a week over on this channel. See you soon. Bye-bye.